Hello everyone, and welcome to the introduction to DCG, which stands for Design, Communication and Graphics. Thanks for clicking into the PowerPoint. My name is Mr. Bruder, and I'll be just taking you through the overview of the subject, what we can possibly get in our future careers out of the subject, and what we'll also be learning. So, the subject overview. Leaving Certificate DCG is the senior cycle of technical graphics. It dives into the world of communicating in a graphical way. It will help you develop your ability to design products, become innovative, and also highly be able to problem solve. As well as communicating on paper, we'll be able to develop skills in computers. This will range from PowerPoint to a software called SolidWorks, which I'll get onto in a minute, and another software called AutoCAD. You'll be able to create your own products and you'll be able to design these products accurately on the software such as SolidWorks and AutoCAD. It really does give us a range of skills. So, with the structure of the subject, in DCG, students are encouraged to be as creative as possible. And they will be able to use this creativity to analyze solutions in both 2D and 3D dimensional graphics. We communicate this with freehand sketching skills, traditional drafting equipment, and CAD. CAD stands for Computer Aided Design, and this is what comes in with the SolidWorks and the AutoCAD. There are also provided opportunities to work in group, help each other, and to even do this creative and problem solving together. As part of the subject, it is intended to incorporate trips to different locations and show where the DCG is used in the world. This can be from web design to engineering to other sorts of jobs that I will mention later as well. So the assessment of the Leaving Cert, DCG is assessed in both ordinary and higher level. In both of these levels, part 1 is a board and drawing exam, and it is worth 60% what they will be doing in June. And part 2 is a design product worth 40%. So part 1, the board and drawing exam worth 60%, is again where they will take it in June, and this is where students will learn the core topics, and these are just some below with interpretation, perspective and weak plane, and this is where they will learn these core topics and also optional topics, and they will practice these on board and T-square drawings. They will do detailed solutions to the topics mentioned below, learning the principles of each of the topic, and will become extreme problem solvers, which they can carry over into other subjects effectively. Moving on to the part 2 of assessing the Leaving Cert is the coursework project. Now this is worth 40%, and this happens in 6th year. They will usually get a brief in the 3rd week of September, and this project will carry on to the 2nd week in January. They will be given a brief on an object, an existing object, where they will have to come up with their own design, investigating existing solutions and creating their own design. This whole project will involve freehand sketching, graphic design and 3D modeling. Their design problems come from a brief, as I stated before, and again will include 14 A3 pages, including the research, working drawings and SolidWorks skills. As we can see here below, I've listed out a couple of projects from last year, and the design was headphones. As you can see, all these students gave a really good go at theirs, basing it on different designs and interests, as we can see the Pac-Man and the Flash below. As we can see here, samples of student work and expectations that will be expected of students when they take this subject. At the top right hand corner, we'll see the drawings of a lamina questions, where we look at the true shape and true length of different lamina and how we can perceive them. Down just right below that, you'll see a picture of a sat nav. This also came up in one of the years for the projects for our students. We've also got, as you know, an extension onto our current building, and here we'll have a new state-of-the-art DCG room, where they're investing in 24 new computers, all downloaded with the latest SolidWorks models, and also 3D printers. 3D printers are used extensively in TG and DCG for printing these educational models and the concept BCG designs that students might have come up with themselves. So just a little bit of student feedback from the current 6 years. As you can see, they're all really enjoying the subject so far, and they're very happy they picked it. It crosses over with construction and technology, and as you can see on the third bullet point, it's a very helpful subject and ties in well with construction, and I was well set up for the drafting questions, or drawing questions in construction from such a high level of drawing with DCG. So it does overlap a good bit, and it is something to consider if you are taking up construction, as they do tie in a good bit together. So the student achievements, as you can see here, in both the higher and ordinary level, the H1 and O1s compared to other subjects are very high, and the H2s and O2s are very high. It is something to consider, as students, once they get into it, they do tend to do quite well in it. So potential careers. This subject builds skills and knowledge that are particularly useful for careers in construction, architecture, and the property sector. These include the following careers: architecture, skilled trades, carpenters, electricians, and plumbers. Will be able to teach students how to graphically read different drawings, and this does tie in well with carpenter and other apprentices. Interior design, engineering, product design, animation, web design, and manufacturing technology. So again, as you can see, the DCG allows us and gives us a good base and a good standards for the product design and these other potential further careers. For further information, we have 4 DCG teachers in the school: myself, Eric Lean, James Forrest, and Edmund O'Sullivan. I've left our email addresses below, and we would be quite happy to answer any questions you have on any DCG or technology subjects. Thank you for listening.